bravest thing I ever did in my life was in 8th grade. I went to Pennsauken Junior High School. Is there anyone from Pennsauken? Anyone who's been? Cousins? Okay. There was a comedian who once said Pennsauken is the Lenape word for industrial park. And that's not that far off. When I was living there in the 70s, the RCA plant had closed down. Camden was Camden. We were the suburbs of Camden, and it was a tough time, and it was a pretty bad school. I carried a knife. It was a pen knife, but it was still a knife. I carried it for years, and then eventually just said, I'm never going to use this knife. I can't do a knife fight. So in Pennsauken, 8th grade, 1970s, gas prices, bad situation. 7th grade, I didn't learn a thing. I just went to class, didn't go to the bathroom once. You couldn't. So then 8th grade, because I could read, I went into the honors class and got to know some of the other weirdos in there. And if you could not play sports, you were short and you were smart. You basically had like a red circle on you, which meant anybody could slug you anytime in the halls, pretty much all the time. I was tall. I was probably 5'6", 5'7" by 7th grade, but thinner than I am now. I'm really buff compared to what I was then. But height has its advantages. So I remember it as clear. I can envision it right now. It was gym class. Gym class was over, and the place was empty. And it was just the long hallway with the hard wooden floor and the hard wooden bench thing and the lockers on either side. And a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, was a small guy, good smart guy, bad at sports, small. I'm going to say his name. It's a very funny name. It's a very easy, funny name to make fun of. People did. His target was extra large. I'll just say it once. If you laugh, don't feel bad. It's a funny name, but if you feel bad afterwards, that means you have a soul. His name was Michael Amadick. So, he really got it. Great guy. And I forget how it was happening, but there were two, thugs, and he was in that long hallway, and every time he got up, they pushed him down. And every time he got up, they pushed him down. And I don't know how I wanted in there. There was no teachers around, no nothing. I ever meet a teacher from Pennsauken. Maybe I will use that knife. They just weren't around. And I'm not a fighter. I wouldn't know how to do anything. But he's on the verge of tears. His face is red. These guys were really bad guys. And it was as if unseen forces gripped me. And I walked over there. I don't remember consciously thinking, I'm going to do something good. I walked over there, and I just walked over, and he's on the ground, and I picked him up, and I think he had his gym bag, and I just drug him away, and I said, I think he's had enough. And I always see like, Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movie kills the guy and he goes, that's enough pasta for you. Has some great line or whatever. And my line was, I think he's had enough. And I walk away and the guys they're just like stunned. It's like the whole nature of, the wilderness. It's like the sheep is eating the lion. It's just like, it's so, it just should not be happening. They just stood there. They didn't fight back. They didn't do anything. And I just dragged him away. He got up. We never spoke about it again. He walked away. I walked away. And that, to this day, is the bravest thing I have ever done.